Guys, it's your average Western enjoyer, Lynn here, and this is a lesson on the track Homestead from my album Soundtrack from an Imaginary Western. I got some requests for tabs, questions about tunings and how things were played for this and for other tracks, so I figured I'd show you exactly how I do it. I probably won't make a video for every track on the record because some of them should be pretty easy to figure out by ear. This is probably the simplest of the fingerstyle ones. It's only 3 sections, 4 sections maybe, depending on how you count it. And everything is just played with 3 fingers. It's a very straightforward picking pattern. I didn't base this on any kind of pre-existing picking pattern, like it's not like a Travis picking thing or anything. I just made it up. And I think I kind of was inspired by 3-finger banjo. I don't know, because, yeah, like I said, I only used a thumb, index finger, and middle finger on this. And for the most part, in each section, the fingers are playing the same strings basically the entire time. So it's pretty straightforward. Should be easy to figure out, even if you don't have a ton of fingerstyle guitar experience. Tabs for this will be on my Patreon. Subscribe for any amount and you can get those as well as other stuff, but I'll walk you through exactly how to play it very slowly, every note, telling you which fingers I'm using on the picking hand, because I think that's going to be the trickiest part. The fretting hand is not too hard. We are tuned to D standard tuning here, so every string is tuned down a whole step. So we have D, G, C, F, A, D. Again, D, G, C, F, A, D. But as I explain this in the lesson, when I refer to strings, I'm just going to refer to them as their normal standard tuning notes. So I'm going to talk about the low E string, the A string, the D string, the G string, the B string, and the high E string, because I think that's just the easiest way to do it. We are in the key of D here, and all of the notes in the guitar part are going to be in the minor pentatonic, in the first and second positions of the E minor pentatonic. If you know that, that's where we're going to be. Just tune down a whole step, so we're in the key of D minor. The first note is the second fret of the D string, which I play with my index finger, and that's going to be played with the thumb. So in this opening section, all of the notes on the D string are going to be played with the thumb on the right hand. All of the notes on the B string are going to be played with the index finger, and all the notes on the high E string are going to be played with the middle finger. So those 3 fingers cover those 3 strings, and that's all that I'm playing in this opening section, which is like the main riff. It's almost the whole song. It's just going to be on the D string, the B string, and the high E with the thumb, index, and middle fingers. So we start off, second fret of the D string, playing that with the thumb. Then we play the open B string with the index finger. Then we play the thumb again. Then we play the 3rd fret of the high E string. We're going to pluck that with the middle finger, of course. Then we're going to pull that off to the open E string. So we have thumb, index, thumb, middle, pull off. Again, thumb, index, thumb, middle, pull off. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret of the B string. I'm going to pluck that with the index finger. And while that note is still down, we'll pluck the high E string with our middle finger. So very slowly. Again, thumb, index, thumb, middle, pull off, index, middle. up to speed, sounds like this. And we just play that twice. So and that's the first half of the main riff. Then for the second half, we slide up on the D string to the 5th fret. I'm using my middle finger for that. And then the picking pattern is the same. We're playing thumb, index, thumb, middle, but this time we're playing the 5th fret of the high E string with our middle finger, and I mean middle finger on the right hand. On the left hand, I'm using the ring finger. I'm going to pull that off to the 3rd fret. This might be kind of a difficult stretch for you because you do need to hold down that 5th fret on the D string the whole time, and then reach up with the ring finger on your left hand to the 5th fret while you're holding down your index finger on the 3rd fret so you can pull off to it. That might be somewhat of an awkward stretch for you, but you can handle it if you practice. Now, let me say also, that slide, I'm not sliding from any particular note. Like, I'm not playing the 3rd fret and then sliding up. I'm just going straight into it. And I'm using my middle finger for that because I had my index finger on the 2nd fret right before that. So that's just the easiest way for me to do it. So the second half, again, we have thumb, index, thumb, middle, pull off. Then we're going to play the thumb again, and then the middle again, pulling off from that 3rd fret to the open high E string. Then we're going to play the thumb again, then the open B string with the index finger, and hammer on from the open B string to the 3rd fret, and then play the high E string with our middle finger. So I'll do it slowly, and I'll call out the right hand fingering here. We have thumb, index, thumb, middle, pull off, thumb, middle, pull off, thumb, index, hammer on, middle. And then to repeat the whole section, we'll play the open D string with the thumb, leading right back in to the first half again. Okay, so we play the main riff through 4 times, and then we have that little turnaround there. And this is the first time that the fingers on the right hand move to play different strings. So I'm still playing the D string with the thumb, but now the index finger is playing the G string and the middle finger is playing the B string. And this is just a little E minor power chord. I'm just playing the 2nd fret, the D, open G, open B, and it's just gonna, the picking pattern here is just thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. 2nd fret of the D string, open G, open B, then lift off to the open D string, open G, open B. So it's basically an E minor chord going to a G chord. Play that twice, and then open A string, hammering on to the 2nd fret, then to the open D. And I play all of that with my thumb. So the whole turnaround here. And then just play that E minor chord again, G, and then end on that 2nd fret of the D string there. So the picking again is just thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, hammer on, thumb, and then repeat. So let's play all of that up to this point here, because that's the majority of the song, and then we'll take a look at the bridge / outro here. Okay, so the bridge section, all the fingers on the right hand are going to move down to the lowest 3 strings. So the thumb is going to play the E string, the index finger is going to play the A string, and the middle finger is going to play the D string. And the picking is the same as the turnaround that we just looked at. So it's just literally thumb, index, middle. That's the picking pattern the entire time for the bridge. I'll play through it shortly here so you can hear what it sounds like. Just like the turnaround, we're basically going from actually it's basically just like the whole song. We're going from an E chord to a G chord. I mean, that's basically what's happening throughout the entire piece. But we're playing a kind of an E power chord here now, really low. So we have the open E string, 2nd fret of the A string, and 2nd fret of the D string. I'm using my index finger on the A string to fret this, and my middle finger on the D string to fret this. The reason being, if I played that kind of like people normally learn an E minor chord, it would be really hard to switch to G quickly enough. So I'm using the index finger on the A string, middle finger on the D string, and to go to a G, all that has to happen is I put my ring finger down on the 3rd fret, index finger stays where it is, and the middle finger just lifts off to play the open D string. And again, the picking is just thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Then we switch to an A chord. All the fingers on the right hand move down 1 string, so the thumb is playing the A, index finger is playing the D, middle finger is playing the G, and I'm just playing an A power chord here, so I have 2nd fret of the D string, 2nd fret of the G string. And that just repeats a bunch of times. Then we play the same thing, but we just go up a 4th. So we're playing the same intervals. We're going to play an A power chord. So we have the open A string, 2nd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the G, and then we're going to go to a C chord. So exactly like with the G chord, we're just going to drop our ring finger down onto the 3rd fret of the A. Index finger stays where it is on the 2nd fret. Middle finger lifts off to reveal the open G string. Then we're going to go to a D chord. So it's going to be slightly different because we'll have the open D string, 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the B string. But it's just the D power chord. Classic kind of rock and roll D power chord. So the 2nd half of the bridge. I think that plays 4 times. Then it just goes back to the same part as the beginning of the bridge with the E minor to the G. That's the whole thing. So I'll play through the bridge now. I don't think I'm going to play it. I don't think I'm going to repeat everything the same amount of times as it is on the album. That would take a long time to play it slowly that way. But you can get an idea. If you just listen to the sections, you'll figure it out. All right, so I'll play that one up to speed now. Okay, so that is all the parts to Homestead by Stephen Lynn from the album Soundtrack from an Imaginary Western. I believe that is exactly what I played. Honestly, I don't remember because I recorded this song a long time ago and I had to go back and learn it. So I believe that is how I played it, I'm pretty sure. And there it is double tracked or maybe triple tracked, I don't know. So there might be some discrepancies between the guitar parts, maybe a different note here or there. You can listen to it and pick up on that kind of stuff, I think, because I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure this is how the song goes. So hope you enjoyed it. Again, the tabs will be on Patreon, and there's links in the description to that and to my other channel, which you probably know about if you're watching this, and to my merch and all of that other cool stuff that you can do to support. Please like and subscribe, comment about whatever other songs you might want to learn from the record, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.